easy enough.
You want to do the clap for me? Okay. Alright.
I've always wanted to do the clap.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Brandon, also known as AlfaPryme, and I am doing a little special interview with my barber here, Ian Wolfe, also known as
Nice Guy Ian.
Alright. He owns own barbershop here, but it's kind of collaborative with the Bloom Studios down in downtown East Village. Nice little place, clean. His own setup is all customized. Person's got a little TV up here, you don't see it, and a little radio, hook up with his phone, so his customers can enjoy his little
It's like a barber's office.
Yeah, barber's
Instead of a
office.
doctor's office, we got a barber's office. That's what I call it.
So I'll start with the first question here. Why did you start this barbering business?
So I started this barbering business because I felt like what I was doing with college and what I was doing with work outside of college just wasn't really leading up to anything that was pushing me to, actually, I wasn't being pushed to my full potential. I was looking at getting into careers with music and English at first when I was at Drake University. I just couldn't see myself working in anything like that in the future. It was really hard in the first place to get a job playing guitar, which is what I was doing at Drake, or writing articles for whatever. It's like you were just destined to go into teaching if you're doing something like that, because that's the only for sure job you can get. Whereas something like this, although I don't really get a lot of musical aspects into it, I still utilize a lot of the same skills and sort of things that come along with those activities. And they're hobbies anymore, but I really feel like this has just brought me to my full potential. I'm happy. It's very stress-free and relaxed. I've met so many great people. I can't imagine going into anything else.
Alright. Yeah, I know you used to play guitar, and I was way back in school.
Yeah.
You pick it up anytime, here and there?
I'll always have my guitar sitting around the house, but I don't play it nearly as regularly as I used to. It's maybe once a week kind of thing anymore. It breaks my heart talking about it, but this stuff takes up a lot of time, and I put a lot into it. Not to say that it's wearing me out or making me upset at the end of the day, but the hard work feels very rewarding.
So in your background, so you started barbering. How did you pick that up? How did you start barbering?
The farthest back I can think is in high school. I had two friends, Henry and Jaden, and we were all obsessed with just trying to stand out and be different. And I asked my mom to shave half my head one day, like Skrillex. And I remember going through Google trying to find out what was the name of that hairstyle, so I could go into a barbershop or something and say I wanted that. And it was so unrealistic of me to even Google up a name like that. But we were we were kids and we were fearless. We just went through and decided that we were just going to shave our heads ourselves. And I was one of the first ones to do it out of us three, I think. And I saw how easy it was for my mom to do it. I did it to my buddies, and after that it was history. We were just putting single guards on the side, nothing special. It was a facial trimmer I was using too. I was doing whole haircuts with it, and that thing would get so clogged up. You know what? That was the very beginning. I did do a little bit at Drake when I was in the dorms. I always felt that if I put my mind to something, I could succeed. And so I had myself convinced that all my buddies looking for haircuts in the dorm where I was living could come to me and get a haircut for just super cheap. I was doing anything I could to make some money.
How much were you charging?
Like $5.
$5? Hey man, you gotta start somewhere. It's hey, $5 for a haircut for a friend. How were they good cuts or amateurish?
When I was doing them, I was impressing myself. I was surprised to see that I thought it looked like a grown-out haircut. What I was doing was convincing people that they were going to get along pretty fine with their hair. But I mean, if I looked at it now, it would be so choppy. It would be so crummy. Ugh.
Oh yeah, like
I can't imagine.
anytime I think of it, like, hey, Brandon, you could have made this video better. It's like, why'd you make this look like crap? Oh God, just like,
No, all
think
the
about it
time.
back then. It's like, hey, that was me then. This is how I got to myself now.
That's what it's about. We as barbers really like to try to document progress, and like Instagram's a good tool for that. I look back on old haircuts on Instagram all the time, and I think to myself, what was I thinking? Taking a picture of something, thinking that it was so clean, and I get stuff so clean now that I shouldn't have even been posting that on Instagram.
All right, so when you first like did like official like job, you know, when you started barbering as an actual business, how was like your first cut? How did that feel? Like, you know.
Oh man, my first cut. I can't remember what it was like exactly to be in the barber shop on my very first day, but I can recall a number of times where I was cutting in the shop, and it's intimidating. You got plenty of people around you who have been cutting for a lot longer than you have, and you feel like you're being watched, judged, they're gonna criticize you, and there would be moments at the end of your haircut, they pull you aside and say, hey, this wasn't going so well, or that needed to be cleaned up a little more, and me being the critical person I am, just would beat myself up even harder. But that's probably how I've become such a detailed hair cutter in the first place, just having that from the beginning, that was helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's your own craft when you're cutting someone's hair. It's your art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if they ask you to tailor how they want it, sure, like try to figure out what they want, like give it a side cut or like taper up the top or whatever. But it's like people do their own thing to make it what they want.
Yeah.
So if they criticize you, it's like, hey man, that's your own opinion. This is my art. I don't know, if you want to cut this, go ahead. Like here's my clippers.
I gotta tell that to some people. I gotta keep that line in my head. But here's the clipper, you cut it.
Like you see you do any better. Is your customer? Go ahead. Social media, you know how the day and age now today are, like today's generation is just like we all rely on social media, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Because I know you post a lot on Instagram, even on your stories and everything else. So did that help you gain just that notoriety in your work?
Dude, so I was on Instagram posting haircuts from just about the very beginning. As soon as I felt kind of comfortable with my ability, I started putting things on social media. And although I didn't think Instagram was gonna boost my business much, it brought in a lot of new clients. It's kind of amazing how you can have this app with a portfolio that anyone can access, and it's you can document daily progress. You can document haircuts that you feel are real special to you, and it just gives people a great idea of what you're about. And I've had such a great match with all my clients coming in here. It feels like everyone's on the same page, and everyone finding me on Instagram has found referrals for me, and that's been the base of my business. I'd say the close people I started out with, as well as that Instagram crowd, that really pushed things.
Yeah, I mean, like social media just blows everyone up because there's like a bunch of people with like maybe like 10,000 followers, and I don't even know what they do. Like, how did you get this many people?
Yeah.
See, like models or like people who have like real talent, like dancers, singers. I mean, they just like post on there. You just like barbering, man. You have a craft, you have an artwork, so you just create some sort of like masterpiece on someone's head, and you show it on Instagram, and people notice that, and they'll like, hey man, I want to get a cut from this guy. I wonder if he's local, and he is. So I'm just gonna go to him, schedule an appointment, and just see get this cut.
Dude,
social media is like, it helps now today in everyone's lives.
And it links a lot of barbers together too. So if I have clients moving around, it's easy for me to say, hey, I know this guy because I follow him, and he's from so-and-so area. You should check him out for a haircut. Tell him I sent you. And barbers, they really appreciate that. I've had guys message me in Chicago that have had my clients come through, and it's so neat. It's a big circle, being able to pass one client to another barber and let them know that they're going to be in good hands. The clients love that stuff. They absolutely love it.
So with the barbering business, what are your positives here?
The positives, I get people coming in that want to see me all day long. I want to see them. It's very low stress, although if you value late nights and that sort of stuff, you might be getting a little bit of fear of missing out, a little bit of that FOMO, but I got over that pretty quick. I don't do too much on weekends. I really like having my own schedule, being able to set my own times. I get to bring a work dog in with me. It is just such a cozy place to work. I've been so happy since I've been cutting on my own and getting into this barber industry. It's a wonderful, positive group of people, and it helps you connect with a lot more of the community than you even imagine. It's amazing seeing someone's face after you cut their hair and make them look so good. You know, seeing them realize that they can look that sharp for the first time is so awesome. I love getting people clean and seeing how happy they are. It gives me a lot of fuzz inside.
It's always the positivities that always get people, you know. All right, so also there's positives, but you can't just always have positives. What about the negatives?
So the negatives, you can't pick and choose who you get all the time, and you'll get some people coming through it that they might not be on the same exact page as you, and your style might not be up their alley exactly, and so they might start looking at your haircuts weird and picking you apart, and that just gets my heart racing. I get so worried up about that, anxious. But you know, it's not so bad. I'd say really the only bad parts are just getting hair and stuff in your elbow, inside your arms, around your elbows, hair splinters. Those are a real thing. Getting little pieces of hair stuck in your hand. Yeah, the hair splinters are real and they hurt. They are so hard to get out. You have to use a tweezer. And even then, you have to have like a sharp tweezer to get some of that stuff.
Splinters suck.
Yeah.
So with all those positives and negatives about your business, what about your customers? Tell me, what is a good customer to you?
So a good customer to me shows up just a little bit early, has good communication, schedules ahead of time. You know, I like talking to my customers. I don't mind if you got something to talk about when you come in here. Tips are always part of a great customer. Certainly doesn't hurt anything. I like working with some clean hair. But if we're gonna talk about bad clients, you know, I could go on about that.
Yeah, you're bad customers.
So if you're bad, you might come in with a lot of gunk in your hair.
But you don't wash your hair like the day before
the
appointment.
Man.
I always make sure I do that. Like I have hair gel in, like I gotta take a shower. So I clean it out and make it nice and cleaned up and dry.
Like I get it, you know, you might be coming from work on your lunch break. You gotta be styled up for work. And I don't mind washing your hair out, but there are some guys that I think, for instance, they're coming in first thing in the morning and I don't understand why they have to style their hair on the way to get a haircut. That blows my mind. I've got guys that'll show up late. If you show up 15 minutes late, you know, I'm probably not gonna cut you. I only schedule out so much time for haircuts, and usually if someone's gonna treat you like that, you know, you gotta weed them out. It's gonna be toxic to have people like that in your business. I used to be able to allow for more flexibility, and I've just come to learn that being a good, responsible businessman is just going to help you raise the best business you can. And it doesn't matter how your clients think about you. They're going to respect you even though you might have some charges here and there. But you know, there aren't so many bad clients coming around. I'd say that some other characteristics of a bad client might be like looking in the mirror a lot.
Pushing their head when you're trying to do work on, like on their head, what's the main thing.
That makes me think that I'm doing something wrong. You know, it makes me feel like I'm not on the same page as you. And then you'll get guys that like to scoot in the chair, and that's sort of the same deal. They just want to look in the mirror. And again, it makes me worried that I'm not doing something right. It makes me want to work a little slower and even more cautiously, which you probably won't want to have actually in the barber chair. You're probably trying to get in and out as fast as possible. And I'm trying to work as quick as possible. I don't want to scare you and give you a bad cut though. You know, another one I remember, guys touching the side of their head to see how short the fade is. That's something I see some people do. Oh, one of my favorite things, guys will sit in the barber chair just like I am now, and I like to pull the line on them. You drive a Cadillac? And then it always catches them off guard, and they'll say, no, why? And I'll say, well, why are you sitting like you drive a Cadillac? You gotta sit up, and then, you know, they'll get in the right posture and stuff. But I can't cut someone that's gonna slouch all the time. That's not too easy, getting the back of the head cleaned up.
They have to go like, it's really hard to just like lower your head when it's already lowered as it is.
That's exactly it. But that about sums it up for bad characteristics. I mean, it's pretty tough to be a bad client. A lot of guys come in here with some pretty good ideas. They're ready to get a cut.
Do you ever get guys that just want to keep like the top long so they can keep a man bun going? You don't know, Ian hates man buns.
Grab the picture.
Oh yeah, there's a picture right over here. You don't know, Ian hates man buns.
No,
that's like the worst for him. He just doesn't like it, man. Just anytime he'll post on his Instagram story, it's like, man, look at this idiot right here. Why are you doing this?
I take submissions, post all the man bun pictures people send me on my Instagram. Brandon's even sent me one.
I'm gonna send you another one. I have another one. I was in Kansas City last week and I saw two guys man buns like.
I was in Kansas City last week and saw some man buns. You never know whose city it's gonna be next. That stuff's whack.
All right, interview's done, so I don't have no questions left. So we're gonna do a little game segment, and it's called 5-second guess. You have 5 seconds. And it's gonna be like a list of things that you're gonna name. 3 things actually, so whatever the subject is, you gotta name it. Alright, so you're going first and I'll start this off. Alright. Name 3 continents.
Asia, Australia, Antarctica.
Ooh, 1 second. You got 1 second left.
Alright. Name 3 things that you do every day.
Wake up, brush my teeth, change clothes.
Oh, you're good.
Like the 3 simplest things. Name 3 words that mean good.
I wanted to say well.
Oh man. What would you think, like, if you had more than, like,
Hey, nice, awesome, sweet,
No,
you know?
that
That's what I want to hear when I see a good haircut. What are 3 sports played indoors?
Soccer, hockey. Nah, I don't know the last one. I wanted to say tennis, but it's like, Last round. Name 3 action movies.
Bad Boys 2. Die Hard.
No, it's too late, man. You took too long for that second one. Alright, what movies would you name? It was like Die Hard, and what was the last one?
The last action movie. Man. I gotta go with John Wick.
John Wick. Oh, John Wick. I saw John Wick too, and that looked so awesome.
The first John Wick I saw in the back of my buddy's car. He was doing a haircut and had a DVD player inside of there, and I was waiting for him to finish. Ended up watching the whole John Wick movie, and he just took way too much time. Name 3 movies based on novels.
Twilight, Harry Potter, and Ender's Game.
Oh! I forgot they made that.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes!
Barely.
Oh god. That was the final score. Player 1, you got 1 point, I got 2.
1 to 2.
Woo! That was a little tough. You gotta think on the spot. 5 seconds is not a lot of time to think about stuff, but then again, it's a game, so you can't really.
But life's a game. You gotta play it.
Oh snap! Oh snap! Ian, I would like to thank you for this interview and having the time to do this interview. And so, I mean, you got a handle that people can check out on like the social media world?
Yeah. If you ever need to get a hold of me, the best place to look is Instagram at NiceGuyIan. Or if you want to go straight to my website, you can go to niceguyIan.com, and both of those places should be a-okay to find that booking link, make your appointments. But that about wraps it up for me.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me
Well,
here.
thank you, and I got a little something for you for your little troubles here.
Oh, what?
Yeah, little care package, got a little candy
Oh,
here. Got
what?
that for you. You know, thank you for the interview. Thank you for your time.
Oh, you taped it all together. I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat it all at once.
Yeah, go check him out. He's got a nice guy in. Book him. Make sure you book in advance. He does not do walk-ins. He only does scheduled appointments. So make sure you get scheduled on his website. And what is it? $30.
NiceGuyIan.com.
Yeah, $30 for a cut.
$30 cuts.
VIP was like what, 60, 65?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Hot
it's-
shaves, straight razor work, any of that stuff, anything to do with hair, short hair, I got it.
Yep, all the details on his Gen book. With that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching again. My name is Brandon, also known as AlfaPryme. Thanks for watching.